What's up, Moose Crew? We're back again with another gear review. I'm super excited because I haven't done one of these in a while, but I'm reviewing a product that I've actually used for many years now, where I had it, I used it, I got rid of it, and then I came back to it because I realized it was that good of a product. And that today is the Outdoor Products Mist Hydration Pack. So many years ago, when I was just out of high school, I had a very small, almost ultralight day pack where there was no structure or frame to it, and I used that at my crappy fast food jobs. And usually just held my jacket in my wallet and my keys and stuff while I was working. But the main problem with that one was that it had a ripped zipper, so it was completely detached and falling apart, so eventually I had to get rid of it. And I actually really liked it because it was just a nice small pack. And then in 2021, my dad told me, "Oh, I picked up this bag. I don't know if you'd want it or not, but I saw it at Menards, and yeah, I don't know if you have use for it or not." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I could probably find a use for it." And then ultimately the bag came with me when I was working on the Oregon coast, and I used it as my little work pack, and I used it to bring groceries back when I walked 3 miles down to the grocery store and back. And the only reason I ended up getting rid of it was because when I came back from the Oregon coast, it ended up being turned into more just like a small, like little gym backpack. But then I had also ended up tearing these little straps from when I went to the grocery store and put a gallon of milk in it, and it was just too much pressure. And so then I was like, well, it's not really damaged, but I don't really have a use for it, so I ended up just donating it to Goodwill. And then after I got rid of it, I kind of kept searching for a bag similar to it, or just like a little bit better, but I never really found anything that could compare. And so then earlier this year, I decided I'm just gonna rebuy it. And it's not like the greatest pack ever. It's only 13 liters, and it only retails for about $35 right now. But it's like a tiny little workhorse. And so I wanted to share that with you. So let's get into it. So this pack has some pretty standard qualities that you'd find in almost any day pack. It has your little handle holder, and then it has your little chest straps with the elastic, and these will move up and down, so you can make sure they're adjusted accordingly for your chest size. And then it has an unpadded waist belt, which is pretty common with anything maybe about 22 liters and below, because you shouldn't really be carrying anything super heavy that's going to need anything padded. And then it has 3 compartments. So there's your quick access little, I call it the outdoor pouch, where if you need to quickly throw something in there, I typically keep maps or something. And then it has your little secondary interior pouch, where it's where I'm gonna throw my car keys, my first aid kit, and then my little snacks for the day. And then you have your main compartment, which that's where I'm gonna throw my jacket. And then it also has the pouch to hold the hydration bladder. And yeah, you can't really complain. Like I said, it's pretty standard. It has your 2 little bottle holders on the side. I usually throw one bear spray in here and I leave the other one open. And then it has this neat little, I don't know, bungee strap thing. I don't know what it does, but it's there if you need it, and that's all that matters. And so my complaints about the bag is that the bottom is just a standard little nylon material, and unfortunately it ripped, I think after like the first or second hike that I went on, where if I hold it up to the light, I can see little holes in it, which is just, it's kind of a bummer. I don't know why they just didn't do the rip stop on the bottom to help protect it, since that's constantly going to be picked up and thrown to the ground. And then the zippers, they have this standard little lip thing that just helps protect water and stuff from getting into it. But sometimes, depending on the angle you're pulling it, when you're pulling up the zipper or unzipping it, it'll just catch. And it's more of an annoyance, and that's something that you can find in really nice bags too, if they have this type of thing. And so it's just kind of, like I said, an annoyance. My biggest complaint comes with the hydration bladder that comes with it, so there's like the little hole you feed it through, and the bottom they put elastic on it, but the top is that like really tough, strong nylon, and I cannot feed the mouthpiece through. And now you're gonna say, oh, why don't you just feed it backwards? Well, if I feed it backwards, then I have to fill up the bladder after the hose is run through it, because if you take out the hose, the bladder is just going to leak out completely because there's no stoppage like with the Camelbacks. And then the other thing is that there's not like a designated hose clip for the hydration. So you either have to run it through the little chest strap, or you have to run it up through one of these top little elastic things. And so then that's either going across your chest the one way, or it's kind of going down and across. And it just seems like a slightly flawed idea. Like if the hose is maybe a little bit shorter, I think it would be better. And then if they just had like a little clip or something just to hook it off to the side so it's not going across my body, where then I have to take it off and then have it be flopping around and touching the gross ground as it does. So, but yeah, and so to compare this pack to something else, it's that, so this is my wife's Osprey Daylight, and I consider it the most comparable to this one. This one I think is about maybe 22 liters, while this one is 13. So it has a little more space, but it has your big compartment with your hydration pouch, your secondary, but they ended up putting in these nice little liners, which would be nice if they had something similar to this in this bag, where I just don't want my keys immediately falling to the bottom, so I'm not bear pawing around for that. So if they put something like this into here, that would be like a super major upgrade. And then it also has the same little external pouch and all the cinch straps. And then this one just also has taller water bottle holders, which is nice because I think it just helps secure your bottle in a little more. And the thing that they did with their hydration feed hole is that it's just wider, so it's a lot easier to feed back through. Weight-wise, they're about the same. But like I said, if you're just looking for a cheap little pack because you just want to get into hiking or day hiking or something, this is a good bag because it's typically what I bring when I'm just going on like a short, quick little hike. If all I really need is like a water bottle and some snacks and like I said, like my first aid kit. And it's like I said, it's just a simple little pack, and I think it might be the right one for you. I'm all about helping people find their little starting gear and stuff, and it's either, there's two types of people: I don't want to spend any money, and then there's people where it's like, I want to spend all the money, and it's like, well, let's try to start you off with something simple. And like I said, this pack is a tiny little workhorse. I have used it for a very long time now, and I would definitely recommend it to people if they're interested. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe down below. Tell me what else you want me to review, and I'll try to get onto that as best as I can. So just remember to keep exploring and keep trekking, and have a great one. Thanks.